welcome to Hair There. Today I'm going to be talking about the color Peach Bellini, which is one of my favorite colors of wigs. And Peach Bellini is a color from the Cysterwigs limited collection from Cysterwigs. You can find these on hairkittykitty.com. I will leave the link to that in the description below, right down here. This is not a sponsored video. However, I am an affiliate for hairkittykitty.com. So if you choose to shop using my link below, I will receive a small commission. There's also a coupon code in the description below, % discount. Now, Peach Bellini, it is a fashion color. However, because it has a nice dark root and it's a very subtle peach color, almost kind of a golden blonde. It's not a really out there fashion color. It's the first fashion color that I ever purchased. And in fact, I purchased Peach Bellini on the Grayson wig, and it was the first wig that I ever actually purchased just about a year ago. I started off wearing toppers, and then I decided I would try a wig, and Grayson was the very first wig that I ever purchased. So I'm excited to share those with you today. I'm going to take a look at 3 different wigs from Cysterwigs Limited: a Piper, which is a shorter wig; Poppy, which I have on right now, a shoulder length. This is a very light density wig, and you can see that on me it hits just below my chin. So on some it might be a little shorter, some it might be a little bit longer. Has a little bit of a slight bounce to it and curl. And then Grayson, which falls below my shoulders. I'll leave the measurements for all 3 of these in the description below. Now, all 3 of these wigs are heat friendly, which means that you can use heat typically below 300 degrees. I'll leave the exact temperatures below. And you could straighten this a little bit more. You could add a little bit more curl to it if you want. The 3 that I'm going to show you, I have not made any alterations to from purchasing them. Now, with a heat-friendly fiber, you do have to be a little bit more gentle with it. You want to be sure and comb it with a wide tooth comb. There's a number of different ones specially made for heat-friendly fibers that you can purchase. This is just a really cheap one that I got from the drugstore. I tend to kind of have them all over the house. I have smaller ones in my purse and these larger ones that I kind of keep everywhere. So you can have these around. One of the things that I love about the Poppy wig is this darker root on it. Now, the darker root is similar to my bio hair, and I think that's one of the reasons that it made it so much easier for me to make the transition into this lighter color. I have never had blonde hair. I've never had hair this light. Every once in a while in the summer, as I added highlights, my hair might get a little bit lighter and have some highlights that were this light, but usually more in that caramel family. But I've never really had this much lightness all over in my hair. So I was pretty nervous about wearing such a light color for the first time. But having that dark root really helped, I think, me feel a little bit more comfortable. So you can see that root kind of goes all the way through with that. Now, because this is a lower density wig, it's great for summertime, but it's also not going to have as much hair. So there is permatease, not a lot, just a little bit, and it is an open weft cap. And that also means, like, if you like to pull your hair back and do a lot of updos and stuff, you might not have enough hair with this one to cover all those wefts, so you would have to be careful with that. All right. Now, let me adjust my ear tabs here. Some people are adept enough to adjust everything with their glasses on. I am not. Like I said, I have been wearing wigs for about a year, so I am definitely not an expert. I am still learning, and if you're new, You're learning right along with me. I am learning quite a bit. So here's the side. Make sure you can see above the top of the chair. If you have longer hair, you will want to make sure that that's all tucked up. I didn't check the back of this, so hopefully I have all of my hair tucked up. So you can see there's the nape. Is done. This is the Poppy. Here's the back of Poppy. You can see that she's got just a nice little wave and a kind of a little flip that I love. This is very much kind of a style that when I had more hair, how I would have worn my hair. Let me show you the inside of that cap. So you can see here that this is more solid. And right here, it's a little, you can't really see that, but there's a little bit of a thicker spot, which there's going to be a little bit more hair, and that's where the part is. Here is the open wefts, and it gives you some stretch. The only thing I have to be careful about, and I don't know if others have this problem or if it's just maybe I'm not as careful as I should be, but especially with the shorter wigs, sometimes I find that with the open wefts, the hair will poke through, and I do have to kind of gently poke it back through. The Cysterwigs Limited line does have kind of the little clips here to adjust, so you can unclip that and make it tighter, looser. You can keep them clipped on the very last one. And it does have felt here on the bottom and felt on the ear tabs. So all three caps have that pretty much similar cap construction. All right, so let's go on to Grayson. We'll see how Peach Bellini looks in long hair. Now, in my intro, you see me in the Peach Bellini in Grayson. Now, Grayson is a little bit thicker, I think, a little bit more density. Now, like I said, I've had Grayson for about a year, maybe a little bit over a year, much longer. Now with the heat fibers, my mind just went blank. The fibers that you can use heat on, like I said, they are a little bit sensitive. I need to do some repair on the ends of this one. You can tell they don't quite last as long. They can become a little bit more kind of fried on the ends, just, you know, like your bio hair might if you used heat that was too hot on it, you know. That's not necessarily with this one because I've not really used any heating tools. However, I will tell you, I used a brand of shampoo on it that I did not like, that I used on 2 wigs, and I feel like after the first use, it really made them dry and frizzy and frazzled on the ends. I have done some more conditioning. I have tried a variety of different things on them. With this one, with Grayson, it's okay from the back, but it does need some work. I've debated on maybe just trimming off a couple inches. Haven't decided yet, but I still love Grayson. And let's put her on. And shift her around, get her situated on my forehead. The ear tabs do have little metal things in them, so you can kind of push them down to your ears. put my glasses on. Now I will tell you, people put their glasses in different spots. It can sometimes be a little odd for me with my glasses. I have the progressive lenses, so I have to make sure that my lenses are sitting in the right spot, or I can't always see terribly well. So for some wigs, it works better for me to put my armbands under the ear tabs. For some, it works better for me to put them over the ear tabs. For me, it really just depends on the wig, the thickness of the ear tabs. So I kind of have to play around with that a little bit. So here is my Grayson. Now, I haven't worn Grayson in a while. Like I said, I need to do some conditioning and some repair on Grayson. Grayson will always hold a place in my heart, being my first full wig. I saw Grayson reviewed by another YouTuber named Victoria, and she tried on a bunch of Graysons, and I think she had one in the Peach Bellini, which is where I first saw the Peach Bellini color and kind of fell in love with it. And that's kind of what inspired me to actually go purchase this wig. And again, when these wigs have a little bit of permatease, if you go in and fluff them up a little bit, you can add in a little bit of fullness to them. Because these are heat-friendly fibers, you do also want to be careful to be gentle down here when you're fluffing. And learning a little bit more about each of them and some different things on styling them. Now with this one being longer, actually really quickly, you could take this and do a quick little clippy clip. Flip that up, which is nice. So you could, which I think that also being able to do some of this styling helps make it look a little bit natural if you're worried about that when you go to work, because I know when I'm at work and I am deep in thought on something, it's very common for me to start with my hair down and end with my hair up by the end of the day. So you can still do that. When I'm at work and I am deep in thought on something, you can absolutely still do that. Well, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you've been thinking about trying out a wig, exploring a wig, but you also don't want to spend a lot of money, consider trying a hard front wig if you've not done that before. You don't have to start out with all of the high-level features of the monofilament part and a lace front. While they are beautiful and they are wonderful, and certainly, you know, try them out, you don't have to start with those. Start out with something that you've always wanted to try, or a color that you've always loved and wanted to test out, but you would have had to do all kinds of processing to your bio hair, and that can be pretty damaging. So start off trying something fun, and hopefully you can find something that you love as much as I have. Thank you and have a great day.